Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. In today's video, I'm continuing on with the series that I've been doing lately where I chat about different palettes in my collection and just kind of going over if I would purchase them if they were to launch right now. As usual, I of course got this video idea from Dolly Mama Beauty. I will have her channel linked down below. I think this is like the 6th installment in this series that I've been doing, so if you've missed the other ones, you can go check those out. There is lots to go over. As usual, I'll just be going over 10 random palettes. I had my husband Zane accumulate them for me so that they would be just fairly random. No rhyme or reason to it, you know. I just made sure that he did different brands each time and that there was no repeats from previous videos. Before we get into this video, I did of course film this look. It should already be up on my Instagram and TikTok by the time this video goes up. And as far as my accessory details go, I actually don't know where these earrings are from because they were a gift, and this is just a random plain Jane choker that I also don't know exactly where it's from. But this is the Sharon ponytail, I believe, from insert name here. And if my code is still active, you can use my code battybean to save some money. It's not an affiliate code. I don't make any commission off of it. It's just for you. So yeah, let's just take these 10 palettes, walk down memory lane, and just chat about if I would purchase them if they were launching right now. All right, let me grab my little pile. These are in no particular order. I just have them smallest to biggest so that they fit in a stack nicely. And just to kind of explain again for anyone who's new, or maybe you forgot how I go over these videos, basically, I'm just pretending that these palettes have never existed. I'm not pretending like I already own these and I lost it and would I buy it again. That's just not really the fantasy that I want to pretend about, you know what I mean? I'm pretending these never existed. They're coming out right now. In some cases, some of these are PR, and with that being said, I'm just going to pretend that I don't get PR from that specific brand, but maybe I've already tried the other things that I've tried, stuff like that. So we'll get into it as I talk about each palette. If any of these are discontinued or limited edition, I'm also not factoring that in. I'm just pretending these are brand new palettes on the market and how I would feel about them right this second. Number one is actually my only Natasha Denona palette. This was actually a gift. This shadow wants to fall out, so I have to hold it in. This is the mini Tropic palette. I do like this little palette. I was appreciative to get it as a gift. It's pretty good quality. The mattes blend fine. The shimmers are fine. Do I think it's anything out of this world? No. Do I see myself purchasing other Natasha Denona palettes? Also no. Typically it's a bit out of my price range. And if this were coming out, I'd probably see Trend Mood or somebody post about it on Instagram. I would think, that's a cute, colorful little 5-pan palette. I love purple, blue, green. But would I buy this one? Probably not. Natasha Denona is just not really a brand I buy from. It's not really my budget personally, so I don't think I'd go out of my way to buy this one, especially considering this is the only eyeshadow palette I've ever tried from them. So I would have had no concept on what their quality really is like. So I think I would have let this one pass. I don't even think I really would have given this much of a thought, if I'm being honest with you. Moving on, number 2 is going to be my Aether Beauty Joshua Tree palette. This palette is so cute. Look at those colors. It's kind of like grungy desert rainbow vibes, and it's so pretty. I love the tones in here, just those grungy orangey yellow vibes. I like the weird like teal and the dusty green, the pop of purple. This is so pretty. This is actually the first palette I ever tried from them, and it was sent in PR, and the other things that I've tried have also been sent in PR. So for this instance, I'm pretending that I do just own the other things on my own will, and this is coming out and I'm deciding if I want to buy it. So it's tough because I do love this color story and I do enjoy this palette. Everything I've tried from Aether Beauty is really nice, but I can't lie and say that their eyeshadow quality is like my favorite in the world. I don't think it's bad by any means. The mattes build and blend really, really easily and very softly. Again, not a bad formula by any means, but it's not one of my absolute favorites. So I think when it comes to this palette, if it were launching right now, I would probably be like, you know, that's really cute. I vibe with that color story, but do I need it? Do I have such a big hole in my collection that I need to fill it with this palette? The answer is probably not. Again, I really enjoy this palette, but I think if this were launching right now, this is one I'd be able to admire from afar. And I can't stress enough, I really try to be very picky with my makeup purchases. I went through a very long period of time where I just felt the need to buy everything, never to the point where I put myself in debt. I didn't mess around with credit cards or anything like that, but I did feel the need to basically spend all of my extra spending money on makeup, and I wanted everything. And I've gotten to a point where I've learned to not feel like I have to buy everything. You know, it's okay to admire some things from afar. Just because it's pretty doesn't mean you have to have it. And that's really what I'm trying to go with this series as well. Next up, number 3 is my Pinkie Rose Cosmetics 80s Baby Palette. Looks like this. Purple yellow vibes, super cute, super fun. Now, if you've seen the other videos in this series, you'll know that I've already talked about my other 2 Pinkie Rose palettes, so this is the final one that I'll be talking about in this series. And I'm gonna say the exact same thing that I said about those. Basically, Pinkie Rose is not on my radar ever since this trilogy launched like 4 years ago, maybe-ish. They really haven't released anything super exciting to me since then. I don't even follow them on socials because they just don't spark my interest. So I don't think that I would be running out of my way to buy this. Again, I would probably like maybe randomly see somebody post about it on Instagram and I would think that's cute, but do I need it? Probably not. They're just not a brand that's heavily on my radar right now. And I'd probably just be putting my focus towards other things. So as cute as I think this is and as many declutters as this has survived, I don't think that I would be running out of my way to buy this if it were launching right now. Man, what a time though. It really was such a cool release at the time, this trilogy. And I don't know. I mean, it's just a me thing, obviously. Other people might be super excited about all the things Pinkie Rose has released since then, but for me, not so much. Okay, next up is an exciting one. Next is number 4, my Melt Cosmetics Gemini palette, my baby. I love this. I will never give this up. This was actually the first Melt palette I ever tried, and it actually was a gift, and I'm so forever grateful because it truly unlocked the door for my love for Melt. I've never met a Melt eyeshadow palette that I don't love. I will always say that because they do get hit or miss reviews. For me, I always love them. I'm super happy with them. In this instance, even though this was the first one I tried, I'm pretending that this one has never launched, but all the other palettes that I have launched, obviously, and I've played with them and loved them. This would blow my mind if it came out. I love these grungy colors, the grungy orangey yellows with the greens. It's just everything. Like clearly, like my lipstick matches this perfectly. I love these colors so much. I ranked this very highly in my recent top 10 palettes in my whole collection video. I love this. I've loved it for years. And if this were launching right now, I would not even hesitate. It would be in my cart. All right, moving on to number 5. This is my ColourPop Star Wars Darth Vader palette. It looks like this. So, gotta preface, I'm not a Star Wars fan, don't really care, haven't really seen them, not my thing. I don't hate Star Wars, it's just not my vibe, you know? But I was excited to try this when it got sent to me in PR because I did actually really like the color story. A lot of people didn't. Maybe it doesn't suit Darth Vader the best, according to you guys, but objectively, I like this just as a color story. I like these smoky gunmetal tones with the pop of red. I think it's super cute. However, if this were launching right now, I mean, even when it did launch a couple months ago, had this not gotten sent in PR, I probably wouldn't have gone out of my way to buy it just because the theme doesn't speak to me in any way. And even though I do like this color story, it's one that I would probably just be like, that's cute, I enjoy that, but I will admire that from afar. I don't absolutely need it. I have cool tones in my collection. I have reds in my collection. This wouldn't be in need. And as much as I do think this is a cute palette, I like the shimmers in here, I wouldn't be running out of my way to buy this personally. So yeah, we are, wow, 4 I've said no to and 1 I've said yes to, and we are already halfway through. Let's see how the second half of this video goes. Moving on to number 6. This is my Lethal Cosmetics and Theresa's Dead collab, the Lethal is Dead palette. So cute. I still am so excited for Theresa that she got to do this collab. This is so fitting and wonderful. Love the spooky vibes of this. I think this is such a wonderful collab and I'm still so excited about it. I bought this myself when it launched and you better believe if it had never launched last year and it was launching right now, again, just like the Gemini palette, I wouldn't even be hesitating. This would be in my cart. Super excited about it. I love Theresa. I love Lethal Cosmetics and I would be super stoked to get this if it were launching right now. Moving on to number 7, it's going to be my Odins Eye Saga of Freya Chapter 1 Tears of Freya palette. It looks like this, it opens like a book. It came out with this kind of Saga of Freya collection last year where there was like a double-sided palette and then 2 others to be like the big book and then the Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. Super cute theming, super cute vibe. With Odins Eye, I really have to put myself in this pretend mode extra hard because the only things I've ever tried from them are 1, everything, and 2, it's all been PR. I haven't spent my own money on the brand yet. But in this instance, I'm pretending that I do already own everything, but I've purchased them myself. And now this one's coming out. I know this is very fantasy and very pretend, but I gotta pretend, you know? I think I would be super excited about this one. Honestly, it's so hard. I don't know if there's an Odins Eye palette I would pass on because I love their formula. I love their theming. I love their packaging. I love their color stories. And this one really is so pretty, especially for like late spring entering summer. I think this is beautiful. I love a pink, red, purple combination. The shimmers in here are gorgeous. I don't even think I would hesitate with this one. I think this one would be in my cart immediately. It's just so pretty and enchanting. I really like this one. I can't deny it. I think I'd be all over this one as well. Odins Eye is just one of those brands that gets me really happy. Like Odins Eye, Kaleidos, Shroud. There's just certain brands, Melt Cosmetics even, that they just get me really excited no matter what they launch. I just love them. Moving on to number 8 is my Kai Love Art Nouveau palette. It looks like this. They actually just launched this a few months ago, but I let Zane throw it in this video. I was like, you know what? It's been around long enough. I think I can talk about it in this video. I try not to do things that are super, super new. I feel like we could slide this one in. So with Kai Love, similar to Odins Eye, I've only ever received PR from them, and I have tried everything from the brand. They are a wonderful brand, art inspired, super beautiful formulas, really pretty color stories. So again, I'm gonna pretend that I already own the things that I do. I don't really get PR. I just have tried things, accumulated them, and now this one is coming out on the market. And I'll be honest with you, if you know me at all, you know that I don't go out of my way to buy rainbow palettes. It's just not my thing. I have the Blend Bunny Blends palette. It's the ultimate rainbow palette for me. And as beautiful as I think this is, I've done quite a few looks with it. It's wonderful to work with. I like that there's some kind of like, not super traditional rainbow colors, like this weird antique-y gold, even this kind of blurple indigo-y kind of color is super pretty. I just feel like I would be able to talk myself out of this one because I already own my favorite rainbow palette. As much as I already know I like this brand and I like this formula, I think this is another one that I would just push to the side, admire it from afar, let other people enjoy it, and I'd move on and enjoy the other things that I have. Art Nouveau palette, again, love the palette, nothing negative to say about it. It's just, I don't think I would go out of my way to buy another rainbow palette if it were launching right now. Moving on, we are finishing up. Number 9 is going to be my Lunar Beauty Strawberry Dream palette. Looks like this. So this launched maybe 2.5 years ago. I'm not entirely sure. It's been quite a while since it launched. And I was interested in it, but then I talked myself out of it. I think it's because we were dealing with like, I don't know what we were dealing with at the time. I don't know if this was pre-pandemic or not. I don't know. Regardless, I talked myself out of it for whatever reason, financial or otherwise. Maybe other things were launching that I was more interested in, who knows. But I talked myself out of it, and then last spring, I actually got it as a gift, and I was so excited for this present. It's so beautiful. I was blown away when I started playing with it. I ranked it very highly in my ranking video at the end of last year for the 2021 palettes that I tried, and I was just mind blown, honestly. It's so beautiful. Since then, I've tried more palettes from them. I'd already owned the Moonspell by the time this one launched, and again, I don't know why I talked myself out of it because I did love the original Moonspell, and then I loved this one, and now I love the Moonspell too, and the Eternal Eclipse, so I just love Lunar Beauty's palettes. As long as there's a color story that's inspiring for me, I'll probably always pick it up. But let's talk about this one now. In this case, I'm pretending that I already own the Moonspell 1, 2, and the Eternal Eclipse, because that's what I have right now. And now this one's coming out. I think I would buy it. I think I would. I don't even think I would think too hard about it, honestly, because the shimmers are so pretty. I love those pops of blue, the pink, those berry tones, the chartreusey yellow. Makes my heart super happy. Still smells like strawberries. I think I would be buying this one. I don't think I would think too hard about it. And finally, last but not least, number 10 is going to be my Ace Beauty Tropical Vibes palette. It is so pretty and swampy. I bought myself this last year and I'm still so excited about it. Again, I also ranked this very highly in my current top 10 eyeshadow palettes video. It is my current favorite Ace Beauty palette, more than Flare, which Flare was my favorite for years. I love this. I bought it without hesitation when it launched last year, and you better believe if it launched this year, I would be doing the same. Almost every palette that I have from Ace Beauty I've purchased myself. They've only ever sent me the Nostalgia palette, so For the most part, I'm just a consumer for them. They did start sending me PR very, very recently, but they haven't come out with any palettes since then. Yes, I would absolutely be buying this without a question. The ones that I decided to keep for this video literally were without hesitation. I wouldn't even question it. Wow, so we have 5 in the I would admire from afar category, and then 5 in the I would buy it without hesitating category. So that's kind of where we landed on this video. I've had a few people ask me if I'm gonna do a video at the end of the series where I talk about just the things that I kept. I don't really plan on doing that. I feel like it would just be very redundant. I don't think it's gonna add anything new. I mean, if you're someone who just wants to see everything together, then maybe when the series is over, just watch them all back to back and that will give you more of a clear idea. And honestly, for the most part, this is the first video where I've passed on half of them. Most of the time I only pass on like 1 or 2, so most of my palettes stick around. And who knows, maybe some of the palettes that I ended up passing on in the series I'll end up decluttering at the end of this year. Who even knows, I always do a makeup collection and declutter series at the end of the year, so you'll be able to see an up-to-date like eyeshadow palette collection and declutter video only a few months from now, honestly. We're already halfway through the year, that's nuts. But yeah, I don't really plan on doing a follow-up video just because I don't feel like it would really add anything new. But I do plan on continuing this series as long as you want to see it. I still have quite a few palettes we can go through and it's going to be a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed doing this series. I would love to hear your thoughts on these palettes. Again, I'm going to extend this same like scenario to you. If you own any of these 10 palettes, please let me know how you'd feel if it were launching right now. Would you be running out to buy it or would you be passing on it and admiring it from afar? I'd also love to know if you're just simply interested in any of these if you don't have any of them. Let's chat down below. If you made it to the end of this video, why don't you leave me some emojis that you've never used before? Just give me a slew of them down below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can follow me on my other socials. You can join the battybean fam. I am battybean on everything, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And if you want, you can subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. I'm posting most days over here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye. I always feel so weird when I wear this like Mario Kart shirt because I have my Mario sleeve and it just feels like I'm trying really hard to be matchy-matchy with my tattoo, when really I think I had this shirt before I started doing my tattoo. This shirt is ancient, but I'll never stop wearing it. Mario fan forever. Thank you very much.